spring game this past weekend. It was a pretty good showing. And look, let me tell you this. Grambling State offense and really this entire football team looks the part. They looked the part last year, size-wise, the eye test. They got past the eye test, in my opinion. A lot of these guys on offense and on defense have tremendous size. At quarterback, you got Miles Crawley. He's back there at around 6'5". You got Sundiata Anderson at defensive end. That's around 6'3", 6'4". The rest of this receiving core is between 5'10" and 6'3". We've got it's great size all across the board. And now we have a new offense. We got Coach Tony Hull that comes in as the offensive coordinator for Grambling. What he has done at Kansas really shows that he knows how to use running backs, and he comes into a great situation at Grambling. Grambling has a plethora of great running backs. They even had a great running back last year that's going to be in the draft this year, Maurice Washington. But this year, in comparison, you bring back Floyd Chalk, you have Elder, and you also have Deuce Williams at running back. So I brought up running backs for Tony Hull because Coach Tony Hull got to coach Khalil Herbert at Kansas and also coach Puka Williams at Kansas and turned them into great running backs who ended up both playing in the NFL. Khalil Herbert still plays in the NFL to this day, both with 1,000-yard rushers at Kansas. Now, what Tony Hull's offense looked like during the spring game was some smoke and mirrors, but they were very strong spread sets. We saw a lot of strong spread sets from this offense. We saw some strong 11 sets. That is adding the tight end to your three receiver sets. And we saw a basic offense, but an offense with a lot of capabilities. Coach Hull definitely did not show his hand during this game, but he definitely gave everybody a taste of what you're going to have to deal with when it comes to handling this Grambling offense. This Grambling offense has a lot of firepower and pretty good play calling. They're going to move with blistering speed. They worked at no huddle pace the entire time during the spring game, and I expect them to continue that during the fall. Very simple reads for quarterbacks, a lot of running options, impressive spread formations, as I said. They can incorporate a host of different players in these positions. We're talking about a very deep wide receiver core. This wide receiver core, let's go through the receiver core real quick before we take a look at the game. So this wide receiver core for Grambling currently looks like Lyndon Rash. It looks like Faison Wilkerson, Nason Dickerson, Tyson Bordeaux, J.R. Waters, and shout out to Triangle Offense. There's two more receivers that's going to be joining the team. C.J. Guidry, who's actually on the track team right now. You also bring in Majon Wright, a transfer from Arizona, University of Arizona, who's coming in this summer. So this Grambling offense just gets better and better. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of the spring game highlights, man. Opening the game, Miles Crawley took shot deep to Lyndon Rash. Ended up scoring a touchdown down here. Passing Nason Dickerson. You want to talk about a guy who excites? Miles Crawley. Miles Crawley is definitely a guy to watch out for. Here's Julian Calvez on the opposite side. Takes another bomb. Throws a bomb to Tyson Bordeaux. Then later gets picked off. So Grambling really showed some offensive, some powerhouse ability throughout this spring game. And the Miles Crawley versus Julian Calvez show lasted throughout a lot of the game. Quintarius Hawkins switched off with Miles Crawley at times and played decent. He ended up throwing an interception later in the game. But Miles Crawley and Julian Calvez are really the two guys here, okay? They both have similar size. You can kind of see what the coaches are looking for from a quarterback. They're looking for a pro-size quarterback at Grambling. Now, in doing that and trying to find your guy, it's going to be a little difficult, but I think Miles Crawley set himself apart this game because of his rocket arm. Julian Calvez has a pretty good arm, but sometimes he throws the ball a little late. Makes his arm appear a little stronger. I mean, a little less strong, a little weaker, right? But Miles Crawley throws a lot of on-time balls. Miles Crawley definitely went through this playbook and understands his money routes and where he likes to go with the ball. He does come with some experience, transferring from Alabama State last year and playing in a plethora of games, throwing the ball over 100 times, throwing for 700 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He has experience. He's been out there, and he's somewhat seasoned. And when you're going and you're competing against a seasoned quarterback like Miles Crawley, you'll see kind of the things that he did at this spring game, which was a very strong performance. This is not Miles Crawley's first spring game. He's a little ready for this. He seems seasoned, and I feel like this is Miles Crawley's year. So moving forward from Grambling, we'll get into another